Hello, good day, beautiful people. I am the Inspirational Lady Noble 365 Tarot. Welcome to my channel. I greatly appreciate you being here. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. I trust you will love this vibe. And everything you need to know about me is in the description below. This week, past, present, or future, you or someone around you. So take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. This is a general read. This is not a personal read. If you like a personal read, check out the description below, and I'll be happy to assist you with doing so. Keep in mind that tarot is a tool. It is not the final rule. So it's a good idea to have an empty cup when you are on Lady Noble's channel and you really want to see what's up. Thank you all for your kindness and support. Thank you for being a wonderful support. Trust and hope you all are in your highest and feeling your best at this time. Remaining optimistic and keeping the vibe high, okay? First card that we have here, collective, is judgment. And so the energy of judgment is representing someone who could actually be feeling like they're caught off guard. There could be some kind of dismantling or some kind of severing ties or some kind of information that someone could be finding out information. In the background, there's pictures of photos and a telephone behind this person here. But as you see, there's a rope here that is singed with fire, and this person is no longer captured. And so it looks like you could be receiving information or some kind of evidence or proof that you are no longer in a binded situation. Maybe you are dealing with someone. This could be a relationship. This could be a mindset as well. This could be how you see yourself, how you think about the connections that you have with people, how you see life, the things that are occurring outside and around you, or things that you feel that may be affecting your life, okay? And so this judgment card is representing, possibly you being shocked, but shocked in a positive way. It's like having a breakthrough. It's like going through a moment of enlightenment, things being illuminated to you with the ropes being burned and singed right here. You're no longer captured. You're no longer feeling like you're binded to a particular person, place, or thing, situation. The way you think about yourself. This could be the way you think about other people. Maybe you could also feel that whenever you experience hardships within your life, maybe you feel that there has never been anyone there to assist you. And Spirit could be showing you, darling, you never needed any of them to assist you. Those who you were hoping to be there by your side, those are not the people that you need necessarily. So you could be having a breakthrough of surrendering any kind of anger or resentment that you have towards anyone who has not showed you any form of reciprocity or any expression of love or, that they care about your well-being. This could be family members, or this could be someone you're in a relationship with, a friendship, or someone you're connected to romantically. But you could be very surprised, and you could also be in reflection mode, saying to yourself, I'm so grateful and thankful, I'm free, I'm free. You're feeling it, but you could also be saying this to yourself, I'm so glad that is over. I am free now. I am free now. Okay. So this is the energy, collective, of someone who's going through a lot of healing with the Six of Cups energy. This is people from your past whom have experienced you and you have experienced them. Now, it could be romantic, but this is also partnerships on different levels. Co-workers, associates, people you meet in your community, people you do business with, different people whom have crossed your path and you have crossed theirs as well. And so you could have felt like you're the giver, you're always on the giving end, but you have been waiting for a long time to be on the receiving end. So, you're going through an awakening, as well as judgment is being called for you to acknowledge the awakening that is happening in your life, because it's time to take swift action and be willing to accept the change that is arriving in your life. Your spirit guides are arranging things in spaces and places so that you can live a life where you feel supported. No one wants to feel like they're not supported, even if it's spiritually speaking, or even if it's physical, either way. But your spirit team is arranging things in spaces and places so that you can have this experience, or the right relationships or connections, that has equal give and take, that are balanced situations, instead of being one-sided where you feel you're doing all the work and the other person is just on the receiving end. Okay. And so this may have made you feel as if you were burnt out. So the next card we have here is the Eight of Wands energy. And so the Eight of Wands represents some kind of information coming towards you. This information could be news that you could use. This could be good information. I'm picking up, this could be unexpected money or unexpected inheritance or some kind of money that you forgot about. This could also be, I'm picking up someone, a job maybe you were employed at in the past, not recently. This is past employment. And maybe this could be a paycheck that is owed to you or some kind of investment plan, whether this is a 401k, or maybe there's some kind of agreement where you can receive a return from a mutual fund. Maybe there's some kind of investment fund that you set up that increases over time. And I'm picking up a place of past employment owes you some kind of money. And it could arrive unexpectedly. It can come through the mail. You can receive an email to contact HR, and you may be looking like, why do they want to contact me? It could catch you off guard. Like, why do they want to talk to me? I don't work there anymore. Why are they reaching out to me? It could feel very eerie, but Spirit is saying there's someone, not for all of you, but for someone watching, there's a place of employment that owes you some kind of money, back pay, a paycheck, or something about an account that you set up. I got mutual fund. Some kind of account that you set up, you applied for. Maybe you forgot about, that you even set up this account. Whatever it is, it's drawn some kind of interest, and it's a nice portion. It's a portion to put a smile on your face, and it's a nice amount to receive at this time in your life. Spirit is saying it's something that will help bring some balance into your life. This is something you have forgotten all about. And this could be a job that you didn't quit. You gave it 2 weeks notice, but you forgot all about this investment, this fund, and it's accumulated over time. A nice piece, okay? Some G's, some racks. And so we have the Five of Wands here. And so, there could be people, who no longer are entitled to your energy or have the opportunity to have you in their presence, whom can be or may be fighting amongst themselves with the Five of Wands. This is competitive energy here. And these are people who it's like they're lost in the sauce because you're not present, because your energy is no longer around. And so they're trying to figure out where will they get their energy supply from? Who will they go to? You could have been the go-to person in the family, in the friend group, in a relationship. But because you're no longer available, you've broken free, you're now possibly entertaining new people, when it comes to friendships, or maybe these are family members whom you don't hate them, but you chose to love them from a distance. Maybe you don't deal with them on a regular basis, and you give off an energy now. Spirit is saying people know not to approach you. It's something about you being protected, and people know not to approach you the way they used to approach you. People see that you have changed, okay? Even if they don't say it, they see it, collective, and they feel it, because there are some who want to approach you, but there's an energy present telling them not to. So they have no other choice, these family members or group of friends, but to fight amongst each other. And this is a bunch of narcissistic karmics who are really confused over where they're going to get their energy supply from, because the collective is no longer available. You've hopped on your motorcycle and you've got up out of there. Run. You're up out of there. You're not sticking around to be anybody's clown, okay? You could also be someone who's relocating. Maybe you're thinking about taking a vacation, or maybe moving out of town, or moving long distance, maybe far away from wherever you used to live, for peace of mind, like a reset. Spirit is saying. And so the next card we have here is the Four of Pentacles. And so You're coming out of the energy of feeling like you have to live check to check and hold on to every penny you have. I'm picking up, you're very responsible, but when you were around these people of the past, possibly, you were always doing favors and helping everyone else. It left very little for yourself, as you see the jars of change here. It's not that you did not have the money, it's not that you're not able to do it, but it was the energy that you had around you. You had people around you who felt entitled, that you should give to them and provide for them. And these were grown people who are healthy and, have good mental faculties, but users, leeches, freeloaders, people who want to take and not give. And so, since they're no longer around, you no longer have to penny pinch. You no longer will be in a financial rut, from check to check. Maybe there were moments where every payday all you had was 50 or 20 left, but that's changing for you because you are shifting. The whole narrative is shifting for you. Your life is shifting for you in a positive way. You're able to travel and take those trips that you want to go on. Doesn't matter if it is Paris or whatever you desire. You're able to, go and shop at those places you want to shop and make those purchases instead of having to penny pinch and wonder or be financially frustrated or be in lack. So it's because you are, your energy is shifting. You're having this breakthrough and you're surprised. I got to hold it up again. You're surprised yourself, at how much you are changing for the better. This is prosperous. This is prosperity. You can't believe it yourself, the phone and the photos in the background represents, those are photos of the past, the old you, but now there's a new you. And the phone represents old conversations, and that energy is now dissipating. Okay, it is singeing with the fibers of that rope there. It no longer exists. Those people do not have access to even connect with you. You're only vibing with your tribe with the Three of Cups. You're doing things to make you feel good. People, places, and things. You're only engaging in conversations also that are of positive energy. Maybe these were people who were, like to sit around, gossip and slander people. But you're not allowing yourself to be around this chaotic energy. I see someone traveling. I see someone relocating and only vibing with their tribe. You're into enjoying life. Okay. So you're acknowledging where not to waste your time, Spirit is saying. You're taking accountability for any actions that you may have participated in or taken in your own life to create stagnation. But you're moving forward, you're moving forward and you're taking accountability. You're recognizing where your trial and errors were instead of being oblivious and ignoring the changes that needs to be made. Very beautiful. Okay. And so with the Two of Wands energy here, the decision has been made. You're not indecisive. The decision has been made and you're choosing yourself. You're choosing self-preservation and only things that support you and make you feel good about yourself and who you are. You're not entertaining anything less than the best. Now, I'm not trying to paint a picture of, life is perfect and rosy, but you're pouring into yourself more. You're putting yourself first, okay? You're not so worried about supplying everyone else with your energy and then you're depleted and there's nothing left for you. You're making sure that you put yourself first. And this is something that you have not done. This is new to you, but it feels good. And like I said, you're shocked yourself, you can't believe it. Even when you look in the mirror at your image on a daily, you may look at yourself and love what you see even more. Not to say that you didn't love yourself, but you're extra loving the image that you see, the image that is reflected back to you. You're very appreciative of who you are and all you have experienced. You're recognizing the lessons that were to be learned instead of saying, going into the pity party stage and, oh, it's me. They did this to me. They did that to me. No, you're recognizing, yes, that happened to me, but it doesn't define who I am. It doesn't define my character. It is possible for me to move forward and live my best life. So with the King of Pentacles, that's exactly what you're doing. Okay, you're going from one point of, having to count, the pennies and, whatever needs to be done to get by to, that big pinnacle right in your hand, sipping your champagne or your sparkling water, whatever floats your boat. Possibly, from your new home or your new condo. I mentioned someone is moving or relocating far away. You're going where a beautiful ambiance, a beautiful environment, spirit is saying, okay. Maybe where you lived before, you just was not satisfied there. So you're upgrading your life. You're able to do these things once again because you have changed your choice of environment. And it matters who you hang around. A lot of people don't believe that, but it's okay. But at the same time, these are people who wonder why things are going a particular way. It really matters who you interact with on a daily. It really matters if you're negative self talking to yourself. It really matters if you're projecting negative energy towards people, whether you like the person or not. Everything you put out will always come back to you. Even if you don't say it, don't think because you haven't said it, it won't affect you. If you're even thinking it will come back to you. So it really matters. And it looks like you are applying these things in your life. You're being mindful of not projecting negative energy. You're taking accountability. You're making a choice to be grateful. And you're choosing to be around like-minded energy. You're not dealing with people who are negative, who are constantly negative, spirit is saying, and very draining. And to be constantly negative and draining are people who only focus on the negative things, the dark things. These are people who, oh, you see what happened on the news? 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 You see what happened on the news? Oh, you see what happened on the news? Oh, you see what happened on the news? To the point where you like, okay, we know what's going on, but can you calm down with that? Can we talk about something positive? Positive. It's not about being oblivious, but I'm picking up. Have really established, and you could also be doing some kind of research or study on energy, hidden knowledge, law of attraction, manifestation techniques and skills. You could be doing some kind of studying or reading as well. You could be also studying different cultures, different religions. Just studying. Just because you study something don't mean that you're part of it. There are a lot of people who study because they want to be part of something, and there are another portion of people who study because they care to be informed. I'll repeat, there's two kind of people. There's one person who study to be informed, and there's another portion of people who study because they care to take part in a particular topic, belief, idea of being, doing, existing, or engaging. So you're studying different religions, cultural, spiritual practices, learning about the laws of power. Okay, you read that book. Someone is reading that 48 Laws of Power. Someone is reading about energy. Okay, yeah. So I'm picking up for someone that's very in particular. Someone is doing a lot of research and study, and Spirit is saying keep that going because that is assisting you in being mindful of how you project onto others. You don't want to live a life making assumptions. It is a wonderful thing to, not assume, but to look into things for yourself. Ooh, that's negative, that's bad, and it's far from the truth. There are a lot of people who like to assume and project negative energy and judgment onto people. And as well as ideas, if you're not doing what they're doing, they will demonize you being different or unique, or maybe you have some kind of unorthodox belief system or practice. Doesn't matter what it is. You could be someone who likes jelly sandwiches and the people around you likes peanut butter and jelly, but because you don't want peanut butter, folks could find that to be a problem. Like, why is it that the collective doesn't want peanut butter? Yes, I have comical analogies, but at the same time, I'm picking up the energy, and this is so beautiful, and it's a positive that you're taking the time to look into things for yourself. You're not Judging a book by its cover, you're not taking things for face value. So that is wonderful. Anything you want to know, you're willing to research it and look into it for yourself. Because people can inspire you and uplift you, and they can only tell you what they know from their experience. But as well as they can only tell you what they know from their experience, people can only also give you their opinion with their experience. So it's a good idea to not be lazy and be willing to do the research and not just have one source like Google, but actually maybe stroll through a couple of pages of some books or novels. Have you at least two, three, or maybe four sources of information when you want to, learn about truth of what things are, the things that are around you, inside and out of you, and taking place around you. So very beautiful. You're stepping into your power. It looks like you're walking and stepping into your purpose as well. This is going to lead you in a positive direction. You could become a teacher yourself, maybe where you will teach other people about different cultures and religion, and yeah. I see someone like hosting a seminar, okay? But this is beautiful energy, though. This judgment that is taking place, you're answering the call, you're not resisting it, okay? So very beautiful, all right? And so with the Knight of Cups here, this energy here represents someone who's could be, romantically interested in you, male or female. Remember, gender is fluid and tarot. So this person could be interested in you romantically as well. So it looks like boy, the energy don't lie. Being mindful of the company you keep is allowing opportunity to flow into your life, collective. In finances, in career, when it comes to your love life, and also when it comes to your ability to socialize, effective, being able to maybe I'm picking up on someone who maybe you felt some kind of insecurity in the past when it comes to being in maybe a new environment, where like you don't know anyone. Like say you're invited to a party or a gathering and you don't know anyone and you show up. Maybe you were likely to be the person to show up and feel intimidated or kind of shy. You're no longer intimidated or shy. You're confident. You are a self-starter. You are now the person who is likely to initiate a conversation, even with a total stranger. So very beautiful. Your confidence is increasing, but so is the prosperity, in your life as well. Okay. And opportunity and favor is just flowing onto you. So Spirit is saying basically keep this momentum going. Be consistent with it because it is working for you. Okay. So this concludes the read. I trust and hope that it assists you for your highest good. Later.